Alright, welcome everyone along to the Breakout Racing League Tier 4 Mexican Grand Prix. I am your host, Feder Cheese 33 once again. And for the third time in a row, we have Kieran Evans joining me along. Kieran, how are you today? We've had, like I said, we've commentated alongside together for a long streak, and we've seen a lot of battles in this tier, and it's been insane. And now finally we have a championship decider in our hands that we are going to talk to in a minute. But yeah, how are you feeling today?
We do indeed. It is your boy Kieran Wright 92 joining Mr. Feta Cheese on comms this evening. I'm very well, my friend. As you said, we have got this championship decider to look forward to tonight. It should be a very, very good race. And if it was anything like the Tier 3 race that we had earlier on, penalties are going to play a massive part once again.
Definitely. It's talking about this track. 17 corners, 3 DRS straights, and a lot of penalties. The lower tiers especially are going to start to feel those effects because they need to be as consistent as possible to try and maximize the performance of their self. Let's go along with the championship battle, of course, that everyone has been waiting for. Broken Reptile in the McLaren, who's in the pits right now, is battling Mitchie, the only driver in contention to win the drivers championship alongside with him. They are 50 points apart, exactly 50 points apart, with Reptile being 197 and Mitchie being 147. Mitchie having a lot of bad luck with his Wi-Fi, and it's not gotten well for him, and I've talked to him and seen the Tier 3 stream. He's not confident. He says that, I mean, he has his doubts that he will close up the gap to Reptile. But Kieran, talk about us. Who needs to finish, where to finish in first position, or talk us through the details of this battle.
Okay, well, it is quite simple. The easiest way of putting it through to the viewers watching this evening: Broken Reptile needs 3 points, which means that Broken Reptile needs to finish second place with the fastest lap at worst. That is the lowest that Broken Reptile can finish to win the Drivers' Championship here in Brazil. Anything higher than 9th place, and Broken Reptile will be crowned your Drivers' Champion at the end of this race. Mitchie needs to win the race. That Broken Reptile does not score points to take this to the final race in Brazil, where he will then need to do the exact same thing. So it's very much advantage Broken Reptile. Saying that, he has recently just left the session, so we might want to try and get him back in.
Yeah, if you could do that, that would be highly appreciated. Now, with the constructors, that is definitely way more tighter, with McLaren still in the lead after a few races, but Mercedes have closed up the gap quite a bit, I'd say. Now, 16 points separated. Mercedes, I've talked to them with the interviews last race. They are definitely confident that they can close up and defeat them with the 16-point gap. Right now, mathematically, no one can win it, but definitely the advantage is to McLaren with that 16-point lead. But right now, it is a Mercedes 1-2 as of 5 drivers that have set a time. So they are setting
We have had a casualty.
The early performance, yeah.
We have had a casualty. Fluky4 has crashed in the...
Yeah, in the middle of the
qualifying. So
Oh,
that is
yeah,
not going to
that's-
help Fluky in any way. I'm going to watch on Fry's onboard just to see if the game doesn't get rid of Fluky's car beforehand, to see whether we can see what's happened. It looks to be out of the last S. Oh my gosh, he's sitting in the middle of the track.
In the middle of the track. That is very dangerous.
I'm not quite sure
surprised he
what's
hasn't
happened
ghosted.
there, if I'm honest.
I think, well, the S's are very deadly placed. Yeah, this track in general is very, very dangerous. Sorry, not dangerous, but it's very challenging, definitely.
Yeah, the S section is not fun here in Mexico. Expect quite a few people to pick up those 3-second penalties. Them very, very dangerous 3-second penalties that can rack up very, very quickly at a track like Mexico. Yep.
And two drivers on their home track right now. Ethan, known as ET485 and 856, on for a lap right now, and No Limit, who's in pole right now, looking definitely very strong. But Kieran, while Ethan is on the lap, would you give us a track guide?
Of course we can. So, flat out from that final corner up to that nice braking zone of turn 1, trying to keep the car as smooth as you can through these S's here. It does invalidate though, Ethan. It's not ideal. So we'll see if we've got anyone else that's going to be starting a lap. Dom the Noodle on a lap at the moment. He's in the S's.
Yeah, Dom the Noodle. In his racing debut, he has convinced the admins and the tier coordinator, Mr. Tyne, to let him race. He is a tier 6 driver.
I don't know how he's done that. He's trying to get rid of it. I don't like it. He's trying to get.
Ooh, saying the time she's
15,
very well.
1.
1:15.1.
How on earth has he done that? He's never going to hit that in tier 6.
Oh yeah, we're gonna see a lot of flame from Kieran to Ludo here.
Bit of
you guys are
context
very
for the
good
people
mates.
watching. Yeah, Dom and I are very, very good mates, and Dom and I are teammates in tier 6. So he's probably watching this. I've given up the remainder of my evening to fill in Dom's spot, because it should normally be Dom doing tier 4 comms here with Feder. But I mean, I now have 90 minutes of being able to throw tons of abuse at the direction of Dom the Noodle, so for me it's all fun.
Yeah. Broken Reptile, let's go along with, hopefully he doesn't validate. Let's go along for a track guide, the championship leader. Kieran, take it on.
Across the line, as you can see, he's getting up to speeds of about 200 plus miles an hour. DRS is wide open from about halfway down this track. Spot your braking zone, nicely turn in, try and keep this in second gear as you're going through the S's, coming across to the second of the 3 DRS zones, gearing up very, very quickly, trying to hold your line as best as you can as you spot this really, really hard, tight braking zone here. Down to second, again, holding it through into second place, up to 4th, double shift down again to second, round that double right-hander, and now you're coming to the most technical part of the track, the S bends. You want to try and hold this in 5th, maybe 6th gear, rising up to 7th as you're coming through these final couple of S's, making sure you hold that line perfectly, hit that DRS zone, hug that left-hand side as best as you can, find your perfect braking zone. Into the stadium section you go now. Very nice technical sector 3 here, into that hard braking zone, round the first part of the hairpin, into the second part, up onto 4th gear again, gearing down to second, taking this final corner flat out, round to the line. Broken Reptile, a 1:14.699 is enough for P4.
Yeah, definitely. They are very consistent with both of them being 3rd and 4th, but No Limit's time still has not been beaten. Can anyone go into the 13s? Tier 4 has definitely have given us a lot of surprises with the qualifying times, very competitive times.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it's tough to string everything together here at this lap. It is, as I said, a very, very technical track. If you can get the S's spot on, then you can gain a lot of time, and I mean a lot of time. If you can get everything spot on and not really have to lift off too much, you can get a lot of speed. In fact, Broken Reptile is nearly 17 hundredths of a second up. Sorry, 17 tenths of a second up on his time, so he will look to potentially improve. In fact, no, dive into the pits. does the intelligent thing, and doesn't want to burn another lap into those tyres. But he knows he can go faster, Broken Reptile. So expect to potentially see him try and challenge No Limit for that pole position better.
Yeah, of course. We haven't talked about strategy at all. Strategy. Mexico, I can relate Mexico a lot to USA, which was last race. A lot of tire wear, 2 big straights, a lot of variation on corners, and being in the same continent for sure. Yeah, but this time I think that, for me personally, I think the 2-stop is the way to go. You can stretch it out doing a medium hard, or maybe if you get lucky with the safety car, soft hard. Kieran, any thoughts about that?
Yeah, I mean, most of these guys will take what some would consider as the safer option, which is the 2-stop, soft, medium, soft, or a medium, soft, soft. I'd be very, very surprised if you see someone try a 1-stop. The hards are not very nice tyres to have around Mexico. If you want to try and take that risk, maybe if you want to try and upset the apple cart a little bit and set a really sort of put yourself in those advanced positions and you back yourself with tyre wear, then you could potentially do the 1-stop. But I think you'll see most of these guys, the guys that are starting with softs, you'll see them do a soft medium or a soft medium soft, and the guys that start on the mediums expect it to be a medium soft.
Yeah, definitely. Ethan joining back. Dom the Noodle going across the line. What will he set? That's 3rd place, 14.6. Kieran, anything to say about that?
Where is he finding this time? Seriously. Where are you finding this time? I know for a fact you're not going to be this fast on Monday, and then you're going to try and blame it on me. Where are you finding this time?
Yeah, his other tier 6 driver goes 8th, 16.0. Only one driver has not set a time yet, not including Fluky. Mitch across the line, the AlphaTauri teammate. What can he do? Can he match his teammate Mitchie? Yes, he can. He actually beats it. Wow, that is very surprising for Mitch. AlphaTauri 1-2.
Whew. So Mitch and Mitchie 2-3 as it stands. Up the AlphaTauri is all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. Signs. Why do I have the same look as Leclerc? My buttons aren't mapped properly. Oh, that's very unlucky from Signs. Down in 11th place in the Ferrari. Chunky Snags going through the final stadium section in the Mercedes with the Constructors' Championship on hold. What can he do? Only 4th fastest. Makes it a Mercedes 1-4 with both AlphaTauris splitting them.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Of course it is. Of course it is.
Dumb.
Of course it is.
Of course.
It wouldn't be anyone else, would it? For God's sake.
Yeah, he's definitely someone to
I think he's
look forward
he's
to.
in low fuel mode. He's used too much fuel. That's why he's lingering at around 60 miles an hour.
I mean, who would do such a thing, right? Like,
so selfish. So selfish, causing yellow flags all across this track. Gosh, how selfish is
yeah, man.
God, I really hope he watches the stream back, because he will hate me, and I'm going to love it.
Yes, indeed. 3 minutes remaining of this session. Anyone on laps right now? Looks like Reptile 1/10 up. Yeah.
2.5 quarter of a second up.
Yep, going through the final stadium section. Takes it pretty clean. What can you do on this hairpin? Pretty well. Touch the curb.
Line. Holds that really well. Don't cut too much of that final curb. Straight on the power, nice and early. Double shift up quickly.
Pole position by 2
14-1.
tenths. Yep, no limit on his outlap though. Ready to threaten him. Anyone else threatening for that first position? Ron Swanson on an outlap. Apologies, guys, because the spectator menu is not working. So you guys are gonna have to get your eyes all dizzy, which is some other technical difficulties. It's always tier 4 with the technical difficulties.
It's always some sort of technical difficulty with us, isn't it? Last week it was parties. Xbox parties just did not like us at all. And now this week it's the spectator menu not wanting to work.
Yeah, yeah. Tier
Got a
5
yellow
is
flag.
giving me a better luck though, but
We got a
both
yellow
tiers,
flag.
both of the tiers, very enjoyable in my opinion. No Limit on his outlap right now, ready to start it. Anyone else to spectate?
So, you've got Bald Guy and Ron Swanson and Groggy all on laps. No Limit's just starting his now. Yellow
On
flag
board
in
with
sector
Ron Swanson.
2. I think it's just Groggy going slowly, potentially. No, it's not Groggy, it says Broken Reptile. Just moving out of the way. Yes, Reptile moving out of the way there.
Ron Swanson almost a second up on his time on the medium times. A lot of people choosing to prefer the softs time, knowing that they will go for this two stop, maybe 1 stop. But Ron Swanson across the line, he goes in 8th, still in the top 10 right now. Hopefully he keeps it that way for his sake. Mr. Titan, no, that's Reptile.
See you, bro. No Limit, what are you coming up to in your second sector, my friend? Are we going to break the 13 mark? You're about a hundredth of about a tenth of a second up.
Yep,
So
goes a bit wide there.
A little bit more time in this third and final sector if you want to try and get pole position from Broken Reptile, my friend.
This is going to be his last ever chance to try and steal the pole position from Reptile. He does it! Barely! Sorry, not barely, but almost in the 13s there. That is insane from him. Chunky on his outlap as well, getting ready. Anyone else? Dom also getting ready, but he is really behind. Sorry, really close to Chunky there. Mr. Titan also in the McLaren. Can he close the gap to Reptile and No Limit? Both of them in the constructors battle there. Ron Swanson, yeah, Ron Swanson has...
Mitch has invalidated. Ron Swanson dives into the pits. Groggy has invalidated. Bull Guy is up on his time. Bull Guy's up by nearly half a second on his time.
Yeah, Groggy has invalidated, so he stays in 10th place. What about Frizy, the only Red Bull in this race right now? Whiffy had to stay out because he was he was working on his sim rig. Bot guy goes 10th. Let's go, Bot Guy showing Tier 6 proud. Yeah, signs on the mediums. Oh, sorry, on the softs. 8th place makes it a Ferrari 4-9.
Nice,
Dom and
Jackson.
Chunky. Oh, Chunky has invalidated, so he will hope to someone for not to improve and beat him. But what about Dom? Dom invalidates on the final corner. Yep, what can he say? 14-7 does not improve either way. That is very unfortunate for him. But
even worse,
to the delight of Kieran, of course.
Dom was
Mr. Tyne.
Dom was about 0.14 of a second up on his time as well, going into sector 3, so he's going to be fuming because he knows he could have gone faster. He could have got himself on the third row of that grid there. That would have been P5 for Dom, so he's not going to be happy. I laugh and joke and take the mickey out of him, but at the end of the day, that is also my tier 6 teammate, and I know him very well. He's not going to be happy. But as we wait for No Limit to be dragged into his pit box, that setup is going to bring us to the end of qualifying.
Definitely, McLaren are showing to be the most consistent team still. 2-3, No Limit in pole position, grabbing his, I think, 4th pole position of this season, which is quite a good statistic in my opinion. But yeah, No Limit in his home Grand Prix pole position. Broken Reptile with the Drivers' Championship as of now. If these qualifying standings go as of now, he would win because Mitchie would be in 4th. But the qualifying is not where you score points. It is the race. Reptile in 2nd, Titan in 3rd with the McLarens, Mitchie and Mitch in the AlphaTauri 4th and 5th. Chunky Snacks in the Mercedes is going to have to make up a lot of work if he wants to bring that Constructors' Championship battle even more. Dom in 7th, Signs 8th, Ron 9th, Ethan 10th in his home Grand Prix. Definitely a position he wouldn't want to be in, and I couldn't see the rest.
Bald Guy in Groggy in 12th, in 13th. Lukey crashed out in qualifying, so
Yeah.
P14. You still have stream up on my phone, so I can quickly rush my head across to see the rest of the grid.
Oh yes, that's great. Thank you everyone, 17 viewers for tuning in. I'm excited. 16 races, and now we're gonna have a great. I have a feeling we're gonna have a great showing. Mexico definitely does not disappoint with the strategy and the track nature of the big straights and the heavy braking zones, of course.
Yeah, it should lead for some very, very good racing. I'm sure Broken Reptile will know what he needs to do. He's in a very, very strong position from where he is currently starting this race. Starting on P2, knows that he needs to finish P8 at worst, or P9 with the fastest lap. That will secure him the Drivers' Championship. So he knows if he can keep it clean, make no mistakes, he will be crowned Drivers' Champion come the end of this race.
Definitely. A podium. I think if he still wins and doesn't get a podium, I think I'll still interview him. Of course, he's championship of
sure.
Obviously. He would be the championship winner if he does do that. But 36 laps. He's got to make 36 laps of just playing it safe or just pushing it to the end. As we wait for people to choose a strategy, how much fuel they have. The formation lap is about to start.
Of course, that is also the key thing that we haven't quite mentioned yet, Fedor, and it's that Broken Reptile could technically still win the Drivers' Championship without scoring points if Michi crashes out.
You're right.
Michi
has to win.
Has to win. If Michi does not win, the championship is over. Doesn't matter where Broken Reptile finishes. Michi has to win. Pressure is very much on Michi here in this Grand Prix. Looking at the tyres, everyone has gone softs apart from Frizy. Frizy is on the ultimate strat.
Yeah, it could play if he gets that luck.
Ooh,
Oh
that's
no!
Not gonna help Reptile. That is not going to help Broken
no.
Reptile. His tyres are going to be cold.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Hopefully it won't stop him from getting some points or two. But right now it's not off to a good start. Mr. Titan, yeah, but overall though, Michi has 2 McLarens in front of him. Mr. Titan, who would be, I would say, no offense to Titan, but his wingman, he would try his best to not let Michi gain some time on Reptile. But as they go onto the grid, we will head on for lights out.
Indeed. Another thing to also bear in mind is Mr. Titan won't let Michi go easily for 2 reasons. One, of course, he wants his teammate to win their Drivers' Championship, and number 2, because Wi-Fi winner is not racing tonight, Mr. Titan could get himself a 3rd place position before next week in Brazil. So expect to see Mr. Titan do some very, very strong battling here in Mexico. And I will now hand over to Fedor for lights out and the start of the race.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Mr. Titan is not have the best of luck this season, but hopefully he rounds it out well. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Mexican Grand Prix. No Limit gets a really great start. Mr. Titan already getting past Broken Reptile. Reptile with the cold tires. Now Michi's onto him as well. No Limit onto the run into turn 1. See who will break the latest there. Chunky almost making it 3 wide there, behind there. Oh, Broken Reptile gets a snap of oversteer as well. Mr. Titan in 2nd along with Michi. Reptile, Mitch, Signs up into 6th place. Chunky in 7th as well. Dom drops down to 8th and Ron stays in 9th. Dom making the overtake on Chunky is there as well. Chunky dropping down a lot of positions. Oh wow, a lot of people battling there. Yeah, both Ferraris and Dom there. Dom, gets a lot of oversteer with Signs trying to pressure him to make a mistake. Dom gets the position done into the S's. Signs goes wide there though. Gruggy and Chunky are having a little battle there through the S's, and Fluky's getting into the mix as well there. As overall, it's been a really clean start with a bit of contact there, but as commentators, we don't mind that.
No.
Bald guy, yeah, down into last place. Very unfortunate for him. Battling Ethan for 13th. Ethan the Mexican, definitely not something. Oh! Bald guy spins. That's a bit of contact there. That's definitely something. Oh, is that Reptile off? No, that's. Oh, God. Come on. Standings glitch.
Got all the standings glitch. But I will say that the big losers so far have been Chunky Snags and Ethan, who have dropped 3 and 4 places respectively. The big winners will have been, trying to think if I can work it out from where everyone currently is on the standings. As the standings start coming back to normal, your biggest winner is probably going to be Fluky. He's up 2 from his race start. There's a couple of people that have moved up 1. Mr. Titan, Mitchie, both up 1. From the Noodle, TS Science, Ron Swanson, and Groggy all up 1 as well. Science does pick up the first 3-second time penalty of this evening's race, which he is not going to be too pleased with, but I do know that he is racing, I believe, for the first time on a brand new wheel. So hopefully,
yeah, he said his bindings weren't right, so
yeah, hopefully he's got that sorted and he will be alright.
Yeah, Mitchie under pressure from Reptile. Reptile already under 40% under 50% ERS. He has the slipstream of Mitchie, and Mitchie has 5%. He's wasted it in 2 laps. It just shows how he really wants to get in front of Reptile and stay in front, but the pressure is on him to stay in front for that final podium position.
But it's not just that. Mitchie knows he needs to win. So he needs to burn that ERS, he needs to try and get past both Mr. Time and No Limit, and then pull out a lead over Broken Reptile. And that is where Mitchie's big problem is going to come in, because from the races that we've seen and we've commentated together, say, defensive driver. So it's not going to be easy for Mr. Titan to get past Mitchie, especially because of course Mr. Titan is now fighting for 3rd place in their driver standings.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone, so far so good. No front wings or anything. Science gets another
Jackson.
3 seconds. So does Fluky, which is not not good for their chances to gain positions if there's a safety car.
It's definitely not going to help, and I know for a fact that TS Science is probably going to be spouting many expletives in an Xbox party with Dom the Noodle, because they are both good friends with each other, so they'll probably be in a party with each other. And I know Dom, so he's probably laughing because it's Dom and he's that kind of person.
Yeah. Oh, No Limit goes a bit wide there. Definitely a warning. Mr. Titan's trying to pressure him. He has 25% ERS compared to No Limit's 50% ERS. A lot of people wasting dumping, as I would say, as I and a lot of people would say, dumping their ERSs to try to stay in that position. Oh, there's a spin. That is Ron, I think. Yep, Ron has spun. Oh, both Ferraris have spun. Oh, no, I think. Did they get involved in anything?
Let's quickly have a look. None of them look to have damage. Oh, Science has gone again.
Yeah.
Come on, Jackson, you got this, bro. You got this, Science, bro.
Kieran, my laptop has died, so if you can, could you, like, see in the Twitch and notify me of anything in the Discord if there's any problems?
Not a problem, my dude.
Yeah. Yeah, just if anyone, like, texts in the commentary chat or anything comes up in the Twitch chat. Yeah, but Reptile is already coming alongside of Mitchie. He has the DRS. And Mitch is also closing into his teammate. Mitchie is losing out. He's going to lose 2 positions from this. Both AlphaTauri going side by side. Mitchie lets his teammate by, knowing that he is not doing so well. Dom already closing up to the person in second of the championship. Dom is doing pretty well, to be honest.
It annoys
He
me.
does
I
not have a
don't
lot
like
of
it.
ERS. Yeah.
I don't
I
like
know
it.
you don't. The jealousy.
I don't
you know,
like
the
it.
jealousy.
Nah, to be fair, Dom is a very, very good driver. He's a very, very competent driver. He will not like me saying this because he tries to claim that he isn't. He's too fast for Tier 6. I will put it that way. Dom is not a Tier 6 driver. He's showing that here, that he's able to battle with the boys in Tier 4, which, I'll be honest, I think is where he should be. I'm just very, very lucky that I have been able to get one of my best friends in Tier 6 with me in BRL, but I think going into next season we will definitely it's gonna suck, but it just shows that how strong of a driver Dom actually is. He's used all his ZRS.
And it's a big trend with a lot of the tiers where a lot of drivers have developed a lot throughout the season.
New wing going onto Chunky Snags' car, and medium tires.
Oh no.
So there was damage there on that Mercedes. That's not going to help Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship fight.
Yeah, Dom still pressuring Mitchie for 5th place there. It's a pretty big train there. Mitchie's still under pressure. Dom gets a 3 second. That crucial. Yep, those crucial penalties are definitely going to come into play at the end of the races here. Ethan gets by his teammate. Dom gets by Mitchie. Mitchie had a little problem there in the S's. Mitchie is struggling right now. He's lost around 3 positions in 3 laps. Now Dom is going to start chasing Mitch, the other AlphaTauri, both of them with the 3 seconds. McLaren are doing exceptionally well though, 2-3, which is great. No
Dom,
Limit is still...
Think about it. Think about the team's championship in total. Don't overtake AlphaTauri. That's your main team. What are you doing? For God's sake, Dom.
Oh no.
Stupid guy. Bald guy up to P11 overtaking Ron Swanson.
Yes. Oh, is that Ethan starting to pressure Groggy as well? For 7th, Groggy is...
Big pressure.
Yeah,
Ethan's
gone... Ethan's done a good recovery. He was in 13th, wasn't he?
Yeah, very. Started in P10. Ethan started 10th. He's up 2. Ron Swanson picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's a big lock up by Ethan there, though.
Yeah.
Interesting. Sainz is in the pits. He's come out on the hard tyre. So, potential very long one-stop here by Sainz. So, keep an eye on Sainz, ladies and gents, is all I'm going to say. Keep an eye on TES Sainz.
Yep. Oh, Mr. Tyne left the session. If you could give him an invite, that's not good at all.
Try and see if I can get him in.
Yeah, that's gonna set him back a little. Dom is now pressuring Mitch with the DRS. He's using all of his overtake, 1%, 0%. He's gonna go down the inside, has the inside line against Mitchie. Sorry, Mitch, I'm getting those confused. He squeezes Mitch into the curbs and positions his car very well to gain that 4th place. Yeah, Mr. Tyne, yeah, falling back. Ooh, Dom gets a little scrap there. I think he got distracted from the AI car from Titan, which is not ideal, but he's still under pressure by Mitch. This is a 4-way battle for 4th place. Sorry, 3-way battle for 4th place here. This is really well.
Invite has been sent to Mr. Titan. Hopefully he'll be able to get himself in quite quickly.
Hopefully, yeah. He's dropped down to 6th already, which is not great. Remember that 3rd place in the in the drivers that he so desperately wants is now falling away, and it's not his fault. It's not his fault. He's already losing time to Ethan and Groggy and Fluky. Fluky in the pits. Ron also in the pits. Ron is going to have the medium tire, opting for the 2-stop, no front wing change, which is really well, but he's going to have to make up a lot of time if he still wants to get some points. Fluky in the softs, which is interesting, you know, the soft, medium, soft.
Yeah, I think the fact that Fluky's gone onto the soft again is going to be the soft, medium for Fluky. Ron Swanson on those mediums, so it's probably the soft, medium, soft for him. Very interesting. So the guys that have pitted so far, Chunky has gone from the softs to the mediums, so expect another set of softs to go into Chunky's car. Same as Ron Swanson, and Fluky still has to use another tyre compound, so it will be the mediums going onto Fluky's car later on in the race.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for Mr. Tyne to, when he hasn't gotten in the car yet. Frizzy's already in the back of him. Both Dom and Mitch go into the pits. What tires will they go on the softs or the mediums, or possibly the hards? Mitch goes into the pits for mediums. Yep, so does Dom as well.
Luckily, I know my teammate, so I sort of know his strategy on the top of my head.
Yeah,
So
Mitch has closed up a bit to Dom. Yeah,
Mr.
Mitch is gonna try
back in his car now, which is also a plus.
Yeah, that's great. He's already one pit stop behind Dom and Mitch, though, which is not ideal at all. Fluky, wow, that's like his third. That's like his third
Fluky's retired.
Time penalty. Oh, is that a virtual safety car?
Fluky
retired
in on entry to the pit lane. I genuinely think Fluky's just hit the pit lane.
Oh no.
Gonna have a look at Science's on board. He's coming into the same section
I think
now.
it'll be too late. I think they have the game will have to pick up this car now. Picked up his car.
Yeah, they've just picked up his car.
Yeah.
But I'm going to assume that Fluky did not have the best of runs through there, and he ended up hitting the pit wall.
If the virtual safety car goes long enough, this might help Mitchie out. Going for the overcut. Nope, never mind.
Ooh, Chunky
Racing has resumed. Oh, Chunky drive through. Chunky's race has not gone to plan at all. It's
Death Planet, thanks for following Breakout Racing League. Welcome to the BRL family. Hope you enjoy your stay here with us.
Welcome. Yeah. Broken Reptile goes in 5th. No Limit. No Limit already pitting as well. Where does Mitchie come out? Mitchie gets passed by both Dom and Mitch, with quite big gap there from Dom and Mitch there.
Indeed. Ethan now leading the Grand Prix. Gorgie in second.
Ethan, his home race.
Frizzy in third. As he did say, it's all down to who can look after those tyres. Ethan's run these for 10 laps so far. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in this lap though. Frizzy picks up a 3-second tyre penalty.
No Limit all behind him though. Up his gearbox. He's gonna hold him up a lot.
Yeah, No Limit's going to try to get
air
past as quick as he can, but Frizzy's not going to make it easy for him.
Definitely not. Yeah, they're different teams, so I'm not surprised if he defends with all his might for that desperate track position.
He's going to come in. No, Ethan stays out. Gorky stays out.
Yep.
These guys must feel confident.
Yeah, they
on
both
their
started
tires.
outside the top 10, so their tire wear is going to be
They'll
less.
be fresh. Yeah, they'll be
fresh
fresh tires, but still, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of strategy these guys try and pull.
Yep, No Limit already passed Frizzy with one stop in front.
Mitchie looking to potentially make a move on his teammate. Getting very, very close. It's the closest battle we've got on track at the moment. It's not got DRS though. Because of course you have to remember the first 2 DRS straights here in Mexico is something that people forget. It's similar to, I'm trying to think where else it is that has the single detection double
Bahrain?
activation zone. Bahrain, no, Bahrain doesn't. It was a track that we did quite recently. You and I did it together.
Yeah, I remember.
Possibly Singapore. potentially.
Yeah.
But it is.
Well, I don't know.
Of course, there's one detection zone, which a lot of people don't actually realize. The detection zone
in the
is
stadium section.
just through. If you're watching on Mitchie's on board, it's a line that Mitchie's just driven across. Ethan comes into the pits from the lead. Groggy stays out.
No limit. No limit's already passed him though. Broken Reptile already passed Frizy too.
There we go, Mitchie.
Broken Reptile.
Easy move on Mitch there. That's Mitchie up to P6. You can now start trying to hunt down someone who is technically his Alpha Tauri teammate, just in a different tier. Racing in the Williams tonight, and that is Dom the Noodle.
Yep, Reptile and No Limit. No Limit has one car separated from Reptile, and that is Groggy. So Reptile is going to start. Oh, I think Groggy would go into the pits this lap, but he is struggling, going wide through the first corner of the S's, giving Reptile that dirty air. That's about 3 seconds of gap from No Limit and Reptile.
If you go on the onboard of Groggy, you can see on his front left, you can see the tyre degradation, you can see the discoloration in the tyre.
Yeah.
So you can know
Reptile tried to go for a move there on Groggy.
That was a bit risky, Reptile. You know that you can see that he's on soft tyres. You know he's been on these from the start. Don't try and go for a risky move that could wreck your race, bro. Just stay tight. You've got the DRS already. Now you can start trying to hunt down, but No Limit, and going for that win.
Oh, he's lost a lot of time
though.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's why Groggy held on for as long as he did. Groggy's trying to one-stop.
Oh boy, I think he pit lap 14. That's definitely doable. I'd say without no safety cars as well, which is great in my opinion.
Yeah.
He started outside the top 10, I think, right?
He did. I mean, in the Tier 3 race earlier on, we had ARL Brackish that was able to run the hards for about 18 laps before a safety car came out. So, doing another 4 or 5 laps on them is very, very doable. So, Groggy could be one to watch. He could be a bit of a dark horse to watch as this race unfolds, because pretty much everyone else on track needs to pit again.
Yeah. Right now, obviously, the Hearts will not get up to speed. He will struggle a lot with traction and the understeer, because right now, I'd say the Hearts need about 5 laps to, really get up to speed, with that, with the tire temps and everything.
Go on, Dom. Go on, Dom.
Yeah, Dom with the 6% overtake, but overtakes him before the DRS straight, which is great. Yeah, Mitch might go for the move as well, using all of that overtake. Really desperate. Will he go for the dive bomb? No, he stays out, but it's definitely going to compromise him with Frizy's significantly older tires.
Yeah, but Mitchie will have DRS again, because of the second half. Fryzy had a massive wobble there coming out of those S's. That's going to be nice. Easy
Mitch
overtake.
is also going to go for it.
Mitch is going to get it.
Oh, yes, he does.
Fantastic move by Mitch. 2 Alpha Towers working together to try and hunt down Dom the Noodle and get Mitchie up this field as quickly as they possibly can.
Yeah, if I was in that situation personally, if I had 2 AlphaTauri teammates chasing me down, I would just spin.
Dom,
the pressure would be too much.
Dom, move. Think of the constructors across the entirety of BRL. Move. Let them go.
Yes.
Frizy picks up a 3-second time
penalty. The constructor standing, the combined standings, the franchise standings have not been updated since Italy, I think, which is that would be a lot of math. 6 races.
To try and do off the top of my head, that's gonna be a lot of thinking to do.
That's a lot of math, yeah. Big numbers. Mr. Titan chasing down Groggy. Groggy, you can see him struggling with the hard tires there. Going wide with a lot of oversteer. Mr. Titan is closing in on him. He has 21% ERS. He's going to use it all in this straight with the DRS. Will he overtake him? He has the slipstream closing in really fast, using the overspeed to his advantage. Will Groggy go defensive? No, Mr. Titan lifts.
Mr. Titan lifts. He knows what he's doing. He knows Groggy's tires aren't up to speed. They're not up to temperature yet. He knows they're not warning yet. So it should be a nice, easy overtake. Oh, Mr. Titan does back off a little bit too much, though. It's going to be a bit of a challenge now for Mr. Titan to try and get up to Groggy.
Yeah,
For
he
that
used a
corner,
lot of
he
his
does
overtake and
miss
still
out.
did not overtake him. Yeah. Groggy with significantly higher ERS. That's definitely going to be for his advantage.
See Mitch within half a second of his teammate Mitchie. Obviously won't want to overtake his teammate though, unless it is to help him in the long run. Mr. Titan does get past Groggy now.
Oh, wow.
Going into this
The corner I did not
section.
expect. Yeah. He capitalized on Groggy's not so grippy hards in the S's and made it work. Both Frizy and just Frizy
Oh,
goes
Frizy's
to the
punched.
pits.
Frizy's punched. That front left punched.
Really?
That front left was punched.
Oh, I did not see that. Wow.
That front
Goes
left
to the pits
tire of
before
Frizy
the
there was
slots.
actually punctured. Which is why Frizy's come in. Is that Frizy's first stop? That is Frizy's first
17
stop.
laps on the mediums. That
That is
I don't know.
punctures.
I didn't expect a puncture from that.
There you go. That just gives you a rough idea. So that means if the mediums can do 17 laps before they puncture, it shows you that those hards that Groggy's on can go to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Chunky picks up a 3-second time penalty. We've got Dom the Noodle, Mitch, and Ron Swanson all on 3 seconds worth of penalties. Chunky and Frizy on 6 and TS Science on 9. That is your current penalty situation as it stands. Mitchie within a second of Dom the Noodle. He will have DRS.
Yep, he has substantially no, both of them with 0% ERS, and Mitch.
No ERS.
Yeah, Mitch has 65% ERS. That's a lot of power going through the rear wheels if he activates that.
Dominic, use your head. Say your ERS, you melon head. Goodness.
Yeah, that's a trend I see with a lot of the lower tier drivers, that they use a lot of their ERS a lot.
It's a surprising thing though, because normally Dom is very, very good at looking after his ERS. He doesn't normally dump. I think it's the worry that he's currently racing 2 tiers higher than he normally does. It's potentially putting him off a little bit. So he's feeling that he has to do more to try and stay ahead of these guys, which is why he's dumping his ERS as much as Mr. Titan goes past Bald Guy. Bald Guy's really, really struggling here. Bald Guy's going really, really slowly. Let's both Mr. Titan and Groggy through.
Wait, just by his own, like lifting.
Damage, yeah.
Strange.
I'm just going to check. There's no damage on that Williams either. But around that double right-hander, Bald Guy just pulled off to the right and let both cars pass him. Didn't bother fighting it or anything.
That is
Ooh.
strange.
Making a move on Mitchie. That's Mitch up to P4.
Oh. Yeah, I got confused there. Both of them AlphaTauris. I thought someone let someone by, but maybe they could do teamwork here. You know,
They could.
one could pass them on one DRS string, one could pass them on the other, which is on the other lap. Which is I've
if
done
he
that before.
gets
I
it,
did that
yeah.
before with someone.
Dom.
Oh, Dom. Let's look at penalties. Yeah, let's look at penalties. Dom 6 seconds, Mitch 3 seconds, Ron 3, Chunky 6, Frizy 6, and Science 12. Getting used to that new wheel, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Back to the comms box for you next week, Dom. 6 seconds of penalties in tier 4. Disappointing. Disappointing. Back to the comms box for you next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him make sure that I'm disappointed in him. You and me. Come on, 6 seconds.
Come on.
Yeah.
To be fair, if anyone watches tier 6 on Monday night, around this time, expect me to have double figures. I'm not gonna lie. I am getting
Mitch
used to manual
is
gears,
closing
so-
up to Dom now.
Yeah, so I'm wondering whether, of course, Mitchie will have DRS on his teammate as well, so he'll try and catch up, try and get involved in this battle as well.
He has the inside line now. almost gets in front before the corner even starts. He swerves a
Dom
bit.
tries to go for a
That
switchback.
caught
He's
Dom
not
off
going to
guard
make
there.
that switchback work.
Oh, he does. He
Oh,
does.
what,
Has the
overspeed?
overtake enabled.
What
He
an
does
exit
not
from Dom.
have the DRS though.
No, because of course Mitch had it from the main straight. That is the double.
Yeah.
That's the double activation zone. Something that a lot of drivers forget about. Mitch will have remembered that he has 2 bites of DRS there.
Yeah, that's definitely. He
Ooh,
would be
Dom,
screaming right
run
now.
wide
Oh,
there,
he
bud.
goes out. Yeah, he goes wide. Mitchie is not going to be happy about that. Maybe the dangerous re-entry, maybe. But
I wonder also Mitchie wasn't close enough.
yeah, Mitchie definitely played it well team-wise. You know, letting his teammate by and now battling for the podium there. Which Mitchie does not have any penalties out of the 3 people who are battling for this podium, so he does have the advantage right now. He's going to go try and pass Dom the Noodle. He's saved up considerably more ERS than Dom ever has. He's using it all now, but I think with Dom having the DRS of Mitch, it's not going to happen this straight.
No, it's all going to come down to who gets the best exit out of these S-bends here.
Yep.
And Mitchie looks to have got a fantastic exit there. He's gone right into Dom's slipstream. He pulls to the left-hand side though. Does he look to potentially go for the overtake? Doesn't go for it.
I think the
Oof.
engine, the
Frizy
temperature.
ahead
Oh,
of Chunky.
yeah, Frizy.
Up to P11 now for Frizy.
16 laps remaining of this GP. A lot of people still have to pit for the soft, and 2 people have to pit for mediums. But Groggy, I mean, Groggy is doing. He's trying to stay with Titan here. He's lost a considerable amount of time compared to him, obviously, because he's on the slower compound of tire. But if he could play it well, he could probably get, in the higher positions.
Quick total of the constructed standings. As it stands, the Mercedes team scored 26 points, with No Limit taking the win and having the fastest lap. McLaren in reply would have 18 from Broken Reptile plus the 4 from Mr. Titan, so that'll be 22 points. So Mercedes would close the gap by 4 points to McLaren, so it would be a 12-point gap at the top of the team's championship. Yep, 12-point gap between the 2 teams going into Brazil as it stands right now. So constructor standings very much open still. All going to the pits.
Bod guy goes into the pits, yeah, for those final, that final stint on the mediums, I think.
Chunky's getting close to puncture territory. We saw with Frizy's car, they did 16 laps before they blew. Well, they blew on lap 17. Chunky's been on those for 15 laps so far. So expect to see Chunky come in soon. You can see the tyre degradation on that right front as well, on Chunky's Mercedes car there. So be sure to keep an eye on that Mercedes, because that will probably come into the pits very, very soon.
Yep. Dom, for once, having more than 10% ERS. He's going to try to make the move on Mitch. Mitch using all of it as well.
Got it.
But Dom does have the overspeed. He's going to head for down the inside line. Oh, very close. Mitch pushes him, but it gets on the curb. Dom gets the better exit there. Mitchie is going to get involved from his teammate as well.
Is Mitchie going to get past his teammate though? He's not. He's going to sit behind Mitch. Hopefully his teammate can put that pressure on Dom the Noodle. Come on, Dom. Use your head, son.
Oh, now you're cheering on Dom. I'm kidding.
At the end of the day, he is one of my mates. I may have ripped him earlier on in the stream. I was joking around with him, saying how has he got that speed. I did also text him in between qualifying and the race, saying where the hell did you get that speed from? You're not going to do that in tier 6 on Monday, so why are you trying to show off now in tier 4? I can't say what he replied with, because it's not safe for the stream.
Yes.
But there
Oh,
were,
yes.
let's just say that there were 2 words involved, and the second one was the word off.
Yeah.
That's all we'll say
I would
about that
expect
one.
that from Dom. Mitchie looking to overtake his teammate though for 4th place. No penalties for Mitchie. Pretty easy move there.
Yeah, now we'll obviously use that second bite of DRS that he's going to get on this next straight here to try and make a move on Dom. But you can see Dom's getting really, really good exits out of those corners. Mitchie just can't get on that power early enough to try and catch up to Dom.
While this battle calms down between the podium, I just want to talk about how Reptile closed the gap from 4.5 seconds to 2.1 from No Limit. No Limit's definitely under pressure now. And with 1 stop remaining, Reptile, if he plays his cards right and his pace is looking strong, which it is right now, at this rate, he will be in the DRS range of No Limit. This is exciting. This is really exciting.
With Broken Reptile being as close as he is to No Limit, I will ask you now, Feder, will Broken Reptile do the undercut?
It's I don't know, because the undercut isn't as strong as, you know, tracks like USA and Bahrain, but it's definitely close. It's definitely close. And Reptile, with the speed he has right now, I think if he goes for the undercut, he would close down on him a significant amount. And as that pit window opens, I think it already opened now, or maybe within a lap.
It should be a lap or so before it comes in.
Yeah, he's definitely going to start looking to challenge No Limit and get into that DRS zone. He's already 1.9 seconds, almost into that DRS range, just 9/10 left. 9/10 left. It's amazing how 1 second on paper, yeah, Dom, 3 second, 1 second on paper, it seems a lot, but in racing standards, it's just so little, you know? Sorry, it's a lot, sorry. The other way around.
Chunky Snags in the pits on soft tyres. He is now done for the rest of this race in terms of pit stops. So it's Chunky now on the softs till the end. So we'll see whether he can start eating into that 12-second disadvantage he has over Bald Guy for P11.
Yep. The pit window has now opened for No Limit, Reptile, Dom,
Mr. Titan
Mitchie,
getting close to
and
Ron Swanson into Stadium. What a move by Mr. Titan, but he was a little bit too close to the apex there. That's going to hurt him. That's another 3-second time penalty for Mr. Titan.
Mitch and Dom go into the pits.
Mitchie
going into the softs, I think.
Yeah, both on softs.
Dom does as well. Oh, Mr. Titan, 5-second.
That's not going to help him. That is not going to help at all. Ron Swanson coming in as well on softs.
Look at Groggy, look at Groggy challenging Mitchie.
Is he going to jump Mitchie?
Yep. No, he doesn't.
It doesn't, and most importantly, you have to. I don't know whether you noticed this, fella. Mitchie has DRS.
Yep, he does indeed on Noodle. I don't think he will use it to go during this straight because he does not want to lose time to his teammate. I know he is his teammate, but at the end of the day, you know, you want to beat your teammate no matter what.
Yeah, Mitchie will look to try and just stick behind Dom, just use his slipstream, save a little bit more of that tyre where No Limit comes in from the lead. So it's going to be soft tyres onto No Limit's car. Broken Reptile's going to have to do the overcut here on
Yeah, he's pushing now. 1% ERS on him. Mitch also goes into the pits. Won't really come out against his rivals. Remember, Groggy, I would say, is in the fight for that podium position, or at least 4th place.
Behind Groggy. Oh, you know what?
Mitchie already going for the overtake on Dom. Mitch is going to go for it.
Mitch is leaving the pits now.
All of his
Here comes
overtake.
Groggy. Beats him. Groggy is ahead of Mitch.
Yep, and Mitchie does make the overtake on Dom as well. Frizy goes to the pits for the softs. Oh, did Frizy make a medium soft stint? Hold on.
Frizy, let's have a quick look. Medium soft is what Frizy has done.
Okay.
So that is the alternate strategy. Chunky 1:16.180, fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. As he passes Frozy, as Frozy leaves the pits, that is Chunky up to P11. Mitch
Chunky
getting
needs
close
one
to
more
Groggy.
position to get into the points. Reptile going into the pits. Not speed. Nope, he does not speed. Will really come out in front of No Limit. I think at this rate, No Limit will come out in front of him. He was in front in the stint. He's going to lap. I think that is signed, so he's going to have the DRS, which is definitely going to play into his advantage.
I don't think No Limit's going to... Ooh, it's going to be close. It's going to be really, really close. It's really, really
I think
close.
he did close up.
There it is, though. Reptile is behind Ethan, 3-second time penalty. As he comes
Ethan
into
in the pits. Mitchie with the fastest lap. He had that overtake on Dom, which helped him. But Reptile, Reptile lost like a second on No Limit, and with the DRS, No Limit has gained a lot of time against Reptile. Reptile now has 8 laps to try and close the gap to No Limit and try and get this win.
Yeah, try and close out this Drivers' Championship in style. Just a reminder for those who may be joining us a little bit late into this Tier 4 race. Broken Reptile in the McLaren, currently sitting in 2nd place, only needs to score 3 points to be crowned Drivers' Champion, which means anything from 8th place or better for Broken Reptile will gain him the Drivers' Championship here at the circuit Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City. As Groggy picks up a 3-second time penalty. So does Science as well. So
yeah, Groggy was gonna get 4th place on penalties, but now with that penalty, it's not going to happen. Reptile already closing up 1.7 on No Limit. No Limit having considerably less ERS than Reptile. Oh, he's closing up a lot. The focus is real for both of these drivers. Reptile has exceeded expectations with the championship, but he still has to hold it for 7 more laps.
Yeah, it's very easy to make a mistake here at Mexico and it will end your race. So Broken Reptile knows that he's in a position right now where he will win the Drivers' Championship, but he has to finish the race.
Mr. Tyne overtook Ron Swanson there up in the 7th place. I think that evens it out, right? Mercedes will gain only around like 2 more points on him on McLaren.
Let's have a quick count up and tot up of the points as it stands. No Limit is winning the Grand Prix. Does No Limit have fastest lap? He does not have fastest lap. Mitchie holds fastest lap. So it's 25 points for the Mercedes team as it stands. Broken Reptile in 2nd will score 18 points, along with Mr. Titan in 8th, who will score 6 points.
7th.
So, yeah,
7th,
sorry. So it'll be 6 points for Mr. Titan. So it's going to be 6 points for him, plus the 18 for Broken Reptile. Mercedes will put 1 point on McLaren as it stands. So the gap will drop to 15 points going into next week.
Remember though, there are still battles to confirm these positions. Ron on Mr. Titan there. Yep, the penalties as well. Ron on Mr. Titan and Reptile still closing, trying to close that gap on No Limit. Dom, another penalty. Let's look at penalties again.
Get all your penalties out of the way now. We don't want any of these on Monday Night, mister. Get all of your penalties out of your system
12 seconds. 12 seconds compared to Mitch's 6. Mitch does have a 5.8 second gap to him, so he's 2/10 away from keeping that position. Reptile already in the back of No Limit. He's gonna have the DRS for this straight. He has 6 laps to make it count. 6 laps to overtake him, and No Limit is definitely feeling the pressure using he has no ERS. Chunky snags, gets by Bald Guy Racing. That's 1 point added for the Mercedes, for the constructors there. But remember, the gap to first and second is 6 points. 6 points. So it is the biggest gap out of all positions. So Reptile really needs this first place if he wants to extend the lead on Mercedes and vice versa for No Limit.
Mr. Titan versus Groggy. Groggy locks up. Is Mr. Titan let that stick? He does
that's
make it stick.
bit of a squeeze.
But there was a bit
Ron
of a
Swanson's
squeeze
going to
there.
capitalize on that. With the fresher rubber, Groggy's definitely not going to be happy about that. That was a big squeeze from Titan, pushing him onto the curve. That unsettled him.
The Broken Reptile is really starting to gain on No Limit now. Expect to see the move done sooner rather than later, and that will obviously give those extra 7 points to the McLaren team for the win of the race here.
Yep. He's using all of his overtake now. He's planning out his overtake. Mr. Titan with the 3 second. Not good. But Reptile for the lead. He's going to pass him in this straight. No Limit certainly not giving up though, but he has to concede. He is a sitting duck with that 0% ERS. And of course, like we said, with the DRS detection zone being in the stadium section, Reptile is going to have that DRS, crucial DRS for this straight. He's pulling tenths out of No Limit now, which is not what No Limit needs to try and battle him more. He's still behind him by a considerable small amount, so 5 laps still remaining to try and pass him. This is a great battle.
Ethan round Groggy up the inside. Groggy locks up again on those hard tyres, and that's Ethan up to 8th place. Looking at the penalties, will he hold that position? He will hold that position over Groggy. Both cars have 3 seconds worth of time penalties, so that was a move for position.
Yeah, Groggy's strategy on paper was, I think it was a good decision to try and risk it. He is down in 9th, but unfortunately he can't get the grip on the hards compared to the mediums and softs. No Limit's gonna try and go on Reptile. Oh, you can see, yeah, it's just the straight line difference. He does not have enough overspeed to carry on pass him for that lead. He's gonna have the DRS for this straight though, keeping it clean through this chicane. Make sure you don't get any warnings. All of the overtake, both of them on less than 20% ERS. Mitchie, 3 seconds. Oh, actually, it won't affect him that much, but
shouldn't affect
he didn't have any penalties.
Yeah, it's not going to affect Mitchie. That was Mitchie's first penalty. Of course, all that's going to do is
Ron Swanson and Mr. Tyne going at it. Ron Swanson down the inside, gets on the curb, and Mr. Tyne, pushing him wide, millimeters apart. Ron Swanson does have the DRS. He's using all of his overtake. This is great battling from both. Ron Swanson's going to go down the inside using dive bomb. Mr. Titan turns in really early to try and defend that. Ethan is scrambling there to get some time off of them both as well. Mr. Titan defends greatly against Ron to keep that position. Ethan's going to start pressuring them both to try and overtake them. 3 laps remaining of this GP. Now let's look at No Limit on Broken Reptile. No Limit is barely on the DRS gap. I think Reptile does have the
No Limit didn't get DRS.
pace advantage.
No Limit did not get DRS, and that's going to hurt No Limit.
Oh, did he not?
He didn't get DRS.
Oh.
He was outside of a second as they were going through the stadium section. So No Limit is having to do this on pure pace alone. And tire wear.
No, Mr. Tyne under pressure by both Ron and Ethan, both Ferrari-powered cars against the puny Renault-powered car. Ron makes a pretty easy move on Mr. Tyne. Ethan is gonna go down the inside of Tyne. That was very late. Oh, Ron gets a very bad exit. Ethan taps the back of Ron. This is Mr. Tyne is gonna try and pass Ron there.
Yeah, Ethan
Tyne had a bad exit.
Just gonna watch now. Low Limit will just have DRS on Broken Reptile going into the penultimate lap.
Yeah, Mr. Tyne, who was ahead of both Ethan and Ron, is now behind them. He is falling back a lot compared to the two. Ron Swanson is still under pressure by Ethan. This is great from Ethan. He has 2 lap younger tires than them both, and it is showing. It is is really showing. The 7 laps of tires, I think, would be around 50% by now, 40%. Ethan's gonna have the DRS on Ron. Ron has a very bad exit. Ethan's gonna use all of his overtake, all the 50% ERS that he has on the penultimate lap. He's not using it. He's not using it though. Actually, now he is. I think he's gonna try and get that position without using all of his overtake. This is smart from Ethan. He's gonna make the move, having the DRS down the inside of Ron. Stays in front, having that racing line before the triple chicane. Ron has a very, very slow chicane. Mr. Tyne would have capitalized on that, but he had a bad exit.
No Limit is a lot closer to Broken Reptile now.
Yep, this will be, after crossing the line, this will be the final lap of the Grand Prix, battling for the win. Oh, I think he redlined that car a bit too much. I don't think he's going to do it. Does not have enough overtake to try and make the move there on Reptile. Reptile also having no ERS, both of them dumping as much as they can, trying to get that extra straight line speed.
Not only are both of them dumping ERS, both of them have their fuel lights on. Their tanks are running on empty. Hopefully they have been able to look after their fuel enough to get them to the end of this race. Otherwise, that could change the outcome of this race real quick.
Yep, now Ethan is the one under pressure by Ron on the straight. He's going to go defensive, but Ron, unfortunately, is going to have the overspeed. Mr. Tyne is too far back to make a move. Oh, Ethan tries to snag that racing lane off of Ron, but Ron keeps it cool. Ron does have the DRS from Ethan from that final stadium DRS detection zone. Ethan unfortunately did not have enough speed from that straight to try
in the final sector. You might want to watch this one, fella, because your driver's champion is about to cross the line.
Yep, Broken Reptile across the line. This is superb. He wins the championship in Mexico and wins as well, which is great. No Limit he stops on the line in second place, both of them on a class of their own. Over 10 seconds in front of Mitchie in third, who will be second place in the standings right now. Dom, one place out of the podium. That is insane performance from him, I must say. AlphaTauri get a 3-4. Ron Swanson battling it out with Ethan and Tyne in the final few laps. That was insane battling from them. Ron gets 6th. That is his best finish of this race. 7th now. 6th for Ethan. Yep, Mr. Tyne stays in 8th. Groggy, unfortunately, the strategy did not plan out well for him. Yep, jumps up to 8th. Chunky in 10th. Bald Guy, the tier 6 coordinator, goes up in 11th. Fortunately, no points for him, and Frizy completing out the table. It was quiet for a few of the laps, but in the final few laps, it was very, very fun.
Ethan gets driver of the day. Well deserved, I will say, by the game.
Yeah.
Ran his strategy really, really well. Did it. So fair play to Ethan. Well deserved driver of the day.
Yep. I was exceptional driving from Reptile, I must say. I mean, he kept it cool all race, no mistakes, and ultimately won this race and the championship, which is, I mean, I would definitely be proud of myself if I won a race and the championship on the same race.
Sergio Gerardo 17, thank you for following the Breakout Racing League channel. Welcome to the BRL. Hopefully you enjoy your stay with us. And as gets the guys into the party, I will quickly run through the driver racing order here at the end of this race. Broken Reptile, your driver's champion, wins the race. No Limit in second place. Mitchie in third. Mitch in fourth. Don the Noodle from tier 6 finishing in P5. Ethan in 6th. Ron Swanson in 7th. Groggy in 8th. Mr. Tyne in 9th. And Chunky rounds off your top 10 with Bald Guy, the other tier 6 driver, finishing in P11. Friday in 12th. Tynes in 13th, and Fluky, unfortunately, DNFing and finishing in P14.
Welcome everyone. Everyone who has joined. We have Reptile and Mitchie. We're just waiting for No Limit to join. Be sure to include your audio as always, so people can actually hear you.
No, sorry. I'll explain when you hear me.
I'm just in contact of.
We're just trying to get hold of No Limit, guys. Just bear with us for just a few seconds.
Yeah, he said doesn't know if he's going to join. Is okay. Let me go on to the showroom and we will get started. Now, Mitchie, great performance from you. The final podium position in 3rd place. Talk us through your race, and obviously you could not close the gap to Reptile for the championship.
No, that doesn't count. No one cares. That ended at Italy. That championship ended then.
Man,
okay.
That's sad. It's sad.
No, it's not. Italy was my downfall. That's where it landed. Oh, look, I was happy with the race. I'm just happy to get a podium. It was first step was pretty bad. The softs felt terrible. The medium softs at the end felt really good. Didn't have pace for the top 2, really. But look, at the end, just happy to get a P3, and Reptile helped me out there. Move in the gap for No Limit to not get more points on me, so that helps me for P2 in the championship at the moment. And Titans, whatever happened to Titan?
He lagged out.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, he lagged out. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He got 7th in the end, I believe.
Mitchie did a full race. It's a bit lagging out.
Yeah, well,
Let's go!
Karma for Titans for making fun of me.
Oh yes. Yes, indeed. Okay. Unfortunately, No Limit will be late. But it's fine. Now, last but definitely not least, we have our championship winner, Broken Reptile in the McLaren. Reptile, how are you feeling today? I mean, it has been an exceptional drive for you, this race especially, and in the whole of the season. Driving consistently well, grabbing those consistent results you needed. Just talk us through this race, and unfortunately, do not forget, let's talk about your season overall as well.
The race today, was good. First stint was pretty tough, like Mitchie said. The soft day died straight away, but I wanted to stay out as long as I could. So I stretched it. I think it was a lap or 2 after limit, and actually I came out further than I was behind him after I pitted, so that sucked. But he seemed to be struggling quite a bit, so I knew that if I just kept pressing him, eventually he'll wear them tyres out. So that's what happened in the end, I think. But as a season as a whole, I think it was pretty good. Good challenges, good drivers, and hopefully we get the constructors now.
Yeah, definitely. I think you closed the gap, Kieran, I think by 7 points, right? If my math is correct. You extended the gap, sorry.
Yeah, extended the gap. It would have been because of the win. So it's a 7-point win for Reptile over No Limit. Plus what Mr. Titan would have got, it would have boosted as well. So I think it's probably another 9 or so points.
Nice.
Yeah, which is great. That is 25 points separated. So yeah, Mercedes are gonna have to work a lot to try and.
I think Brazil there won't be
guys
much.
In the final round.
There won't be winning in Brazil. Mitchie will he'll probably lap us all.
Oh yeah, Mitchie,
That's your first commentary in BRL, I'm pretty sure last season was that race.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That was my first commentary in BRL. I did horrible, but I saw you win in the Alfa Romeo. I remember so clearly. I saw you winning, and I saw you happy, and I was happy for you. And hopefully you can do it again this race in Brazil to top it off, to get a good result. Kieran, anything to say to these boys?
Yeah, massive congratulations, Reptile, obviously, for winning the championship.
Thank you.
Commiserations, Mitchie. You were close, but unfortunately not close enough, my friend. As you say, that DNF in Italy definitely
Yeah.
messed you up.
And I think Singapore, the penalty as well, kind of cost me as well. So